There we go. Good afternoon, everybody. How are you? I was not going to put the camera on myself until I was absolutely ready to go. How are you this afternoon? Happy Sunday. It's lovely to see you. Yes, you got introduced to the show this afternoon by Itchy Knee. I will explain about Itchy Knee in a minute. But after the horrendous still shot that Facebook decided to use of me with some horrific expression on my face from the Wednesday morning show, I just decided that he's an ugly little dude, but he's still better looking than that still shot that I got. So, this is Itchy Knee. And he is a snow monkey. He is missing his tail. He never had a tail. I don't quite understand, but I think they're supposed to be wrapped around, aren't they? But we call him Itchy Knee because his hands are really short and he can only itch his knees. And he was given to me by Mr. Odijama, that runs the design studio in the factory in Japan that prints my fabric. So he is one of our less attractive mascots, if you like, in the studio, which is a bit of a silly thing. But I took koalas. I took Australian-made koalas, and we put tags on that said Lisa Chandler Designs apprentices to sit on the filing cabinets in Japan and in LA. And so the next show round, they all rocked up with Californian bison and Itchy Knee and a couple of other things that he has survived the test of time because he's compact. Good afternoon, Joy, Sue, Yvonne, Michelle, Pauline, Jane. Hello. Surprise, surprise. Hello to you too. Thank you, Yvonne. I am getting there. Good afternoon, Jimmy. I'm getting there. Hey, Jimmy, you do have an account. I don't know if Steve's emailed you back yet, but you do have one there. Gwen, hi. Nancy, thank you. I'm slowly getting there, and at the risk of being politically terribly incorrect, give me a dose of COVID any day, because that was more challenging for me than doing COVID at Christmas. That was because it just would not go away. And then Miss poor Emma hasn't been here because she did get COVID, and she's got it and recovered a lot quicker than I have, but those nasty bugs. But hey, it wasn't soiree weekend, and I will be fit and with it and raring to go next weekend. I'm nearly feeling myself again. Thanks, Pam. Pam, I was looking at your emoji again. Sorry, I was looking through my emojis going, but with this hair colour at the moment, I could almost rock that emoji off myself, you know. You might need to share your emoji with me. Grandy, hello. Francis, hello. Margaretha, hello. Francis, you've just reminded me. So, quickly, Cottage Life Girls. Yes, tomorrow is the 1st of August. It's John Ablett's birthday. Who else's birthday is it? Someone else's, I've got to remember. And it's supposed to be the day you get your new Madame Butterfly patterns. I have been on the couch for a week. I will be working on them tomorrow, but there'll just be a little bit of a time lag because I've got to get them to Cass, and she's got to get them all set up to go up for you. So tomorrow you will get what you should have had a week ago before I got crook, which was all of the little chat about quilting your first lot of blocks, and then that will be closely followed up with the Japanese fan and the lotus flowers. They are the next two that you will be doing through A Quilter's Life. A couple of girls have said to me, I'm late, I didn't join, is it too late? It's actually, we can kind of slot you in, but you will need to buy your patterns, if you like, for Madame Butterfly separately to the club, and then we can put you in. So if you did miss out, I know a couple of you emailed me in the last couple of days, the answer is yes. Send an email through, we'll send you an invoice. It's obviously a bit more because we're sending a hard copy out, but we can do that for you and set it up so that you're then in the club. Done that. Liz, hi. How are you? You good? Jenny, sweetie, yeah, getting there. Next weekend, Party House. We'll talk about it then. Hi, Daisy. You're all lovely. Hey, and thank you to everybody who has joined Instagram. If you saw my little post on Instagram and Chandler's Cottage about joining up and going in the draw to win one of our Melba Christmas dishes. That was me just trying to get more people on my Instagram page, because Karen Stiles has got thousands, and I was just a little bit, just a bit, I mean, I know we're all Facebook girls, but I was like, how come she's got so many? And Margaret said, well, do something about it. So I did. And I want to put them all in a random generator. And I've only just worked out I need to do that, so it's fair on you. And I said I was going to announce it now, but straight after the show, we're going to put everyone's names that's posted, their favourite pattern, into one, and I will spit out one and post it up on Instagram and Facebook straight after the show for you. Otherwise, Rob's going to kill me if I make him for the next hour cut out a whole heap of names and find them on my Instagram account, because he's doing Instagram. Karen, good afternoon. Kathy, good afternoon. Hi, Joe. I knew you were all thinking about me. Oh, Lou's got the sniffles too. Was it a bit chilly on the 18th, mate? Cecily, hi. Hello, Elizabeth. How are you today? Oh, your goodness, you're all here. Denise is here. Judith, have you finished unpacking? Yes, I'm feeling much better, thank you. I'll give you a very, very, very impressive cough in a minute, probably. Gay, look, I love to share these things around. Or did you share the cold with me? I don't know. Freezing South Australia, Joy, I'm not surprised. Lorraine, thank you, Rosemary. Cheryl says good afternoon, everybody. Bernadette was like, just don't worry about us, just get better for next weekend. I know, got to be better for next weekend. It's quite interesting because things have been done in a different order to what they would have been done if I was 100%. So there's been a lot more hand sewing done. So all the project samples all got finished off. I wasn't actually going to. I was going to leave some partially done to show, but now I'll do other ones for that. So they're done. Rob's up the other end of the house, packing off kits at the moment. Em will be back in. Mum and Dad are down tomorrow helping. So we will be there, but things have just been done in a different order. So now there's something really important happening Thursday. Well, we're going up Thursday night. Oh yeah, baking Wednesday. Baking day Wednesday for soiree. Shall be good. Maureen, hi. Yes, Jeanette, I can no longer do all those silly jokes about making money off 1-800 numbers now. The voice is nearly back to normal. Thank you. Oh, Diana's here from Costa Rica. Hello, my darling. Jenny. Right, James, I'm onto that. But you do have an account there, so we'll just send you the link. Joe, no, it's not warm, but I'm in short sleeves because I've got a lot of lights on in here, and there's a lot of fabric in here, and it heats up. Hello, Linda. Jill. Oh, my God. Okay, are we here? Maria, hola. How are you? Hello, my sweetheart. Not long now. 7 months. And I'll be back in Spain. Oh, I've just completely lost my focus now. Just want to go to Spain. I just want to sit in Maria's mum and dad's kitchen and eat paella. And warm weather and lots and lots of olive oil and beautiful. Oh, you can dream, can't you? Oh, thanks, Pam. I will share that. Sorry, I'm late. Marie, that's absolutely fine. And you're all talking to each other and you're all good. Oh, Lynn, you haven't been here for ages. I'm so glad you've joined us. Wait, Judy, what's going on? I've just seen what you've done, Jenny Miller. I see all, and it pops up on my screen. Jenny's making a late run to go in the draw to win the Melba dish, and you're all welcome to do exactly the same at the moment. Judy, what's going on? You're not even where you're supposed to be. She's in Queensland. Sue McGonchi, that's okay. We don't hold that against you at all. Well, that's fine. So what you do, Yvonne, if you're already on there, just go in and post under that post. Sorry, comment under that post. What's your favourite pattern? It's us doing research as well. I have finished making a sew together. Fantastic, James. I'm so happy about that. Julie's at her own sewing retreat for the week with friends in Emu Park in Queensland. Everybody else, we've got to get out more. If Judy's up there, they're all in Queensland. All of them are in Queensland. No, not all of them. You know what I mean. Hi, I am at home, yeah, says Kristen. Exactly. Petra's here from Wollongong. Jenny, you can't get away with anything. Come on. You can't get away with anything. I think I've caught up. Hello, Sharon. Wow, you're all in the building. Okay, should we lose the snow monkey? But a bit of time. He comes out and we play. Well, he comes out and he's sort of like good luck when I'm designing fabrics, so that's why he's back out because there's a lot I feel like I'm patting Ginny now. There's a lot happening out there. In fact, sometimes if he's been on the floor, I turn around and go, Ginny, oh, it's not Ginny. It's itchy knee. Okay. Now, poor Steve's rocked up today, and there's been so much stuff to get uploaded because we haven't done anything since, officially since Monday night. So Steve was here Monday, and then we've had this sort of big break of doing things in the middle with new fabrics. So got a little bit testy because I'm going, this is not, how come? It's just so much of it arrived that things sort of had slipped through, and I've put them on the set. So he's working through them at the moment. These that I've got here because they don't go there. So I want to show you some, and then we're going to talk, as I promised, we're going to come back and talk about the new Look at Me bag in terms of the dimensions and everything that work around the zip. So that's what I just briefly mentioned on Wednesday when I popped in from the sewing room. And I've got those little flower makers here as well with a little special deal that I talked about. First coffee ready. This wasn't too bad. Lots of new stuff. Little show and tell for what we've got going on next weekend, and massive new solids, and there's deals for those as well. So we better get going because there's a lot to get through. Now these, where am I going to show these to you? Could pick a camera, any camera. Oh, look what's sitting on here. Did you see this? I see there's one of next weekend's. That's the tea candle. I haven't got the actual tea candle sitting in there. We've got little battery operated ones going in the kits. So I do, it's been really fun going back, and you don't want my ginger tea, do you? Going back and playing with Melba, but in a completely sort of different medium. Now let me get to the other two now. So these two are done. There's the grey and pink. So in the soiree kit bags, this is Saturday, in the soiree kit bags, there will be one of 5 different ones. And you'll be able to do swapsies, or you can go and, schmooze up to Steve if no one wants to swap with you on your table. There'll be a little bit of an opportunity to do that. So this one's done with Cameo Fairy Frost, and the others are all done with Melba coordinating little fan fabrics. So I've got 2 more in the other room. There is the cream and orange with green, and the other one is ivory pink with teal. So I got a bit carried away because I couldn't do much, and they're going to be finished. Oh look, they nest. I just want a whole set now. Anyway, okay, I'll pop these over here. If I come back to you and say later in the week, where did I put the tea candles? I need to pack them. They're over on the shelf, okay? Just remind me later. Not now, later. But that's where they are. All right, so these are all here. What seems to happen sometimes is I order things a long way ahead, and they do come through in drips and drabs, which is really, really annoying. And sometimes it's because I don't order a whole collection, okay? I'm not playing the game like the big shops do in America. So when I order from an American distributor, I don't always get the whole lot. But I actually do think this time I did pick bits and pieces out. And they've just come through in a couple of different shipments. We do stagger our shipments because of import duties, and we watch the dollar and all that because it's going like this at the moment. So I'm sure you can appreciate that what's happened. But I had this gorgeous little print come in this week that is really Christmas. Well, it is Christmas, and it's one of those classic Hoffman Christmas prints. And I do remember ordering this. And when I say I do remember, we can be talking back 8-9 months ago that we order, because we do order our Christmas fabrics a long way ahead. A little bit like fashion industry. I mean, the Christmas fabrics for 2023 are available for us to order now. And they will come through in July, of course, because everyone wants 6 months to make their Christmas fabrics of Christmas projects. Isn't that pretty? And I do like it because I think you could use that for anything. It doesn't have to be Christmas. It does have teeny weeny little gold dots on it, so just a little bit of bling, but it is really lovely. Now the fun fact is that this came in as well. So you remember last week we launched all the other beautiful Christmas range, and this one from Robert Kaufman, and we have it in that gorgeous antique gold, red and black, right? So they are in, and then this week the green arrived. So this is a beautiful sort of, I wouldn't call it ivy. It's not that blue, but it's a beautiful dark true mid green, and it looks, of course, absolutely stunning with that. But a funny thing happened. Now, where'd I put it? Oh my goodness, I've put it somewhere. Wait, I can find it. No, I can't. Somewhere here on the table. Steve, need a favour, doll. The chook shed, the back chook shed door's banging. Can you just go and open up the trellis door for girls? And they can go in the main gate and shut that one. Ta. See this? Right, so this is the other one. Oh, sorry, wrong camera. There you go. So this is the other one that we've had for a while. Steve's gone out and they're going, what you going to feed me? And it goes as well. So I love this because you can go the yellow green or you can put it with the teal. They'll all go together. So I don't think you can hear them, but it's quite hilarious out there. They're like, Steve's here. What's eating? What are we eating? Because every time I go out, I feed them. I'm so naughty. Got big fat chooks that lay double yolkers, which are not that great for cooking with, because you don't know how much they weigh. Anyway, I'm learning. So this one that we've had for a while, I don't know that I've tagged that today. Do you want me to tell you what it is? Oh, put the word eucalyptus in and you will find it. That will go with this new one, but so will the mid green. So it's a really clever print. Where did I get that from? Up here. So I'll pop that back up. This, I'm almost going to say I've still got more fabric to come to go with this. But I think I just had to have it. It's probably best if I hold that up. Look at that. Look at the gold on it. It's sort of got like feathered leaves. Look. Oh. And it's got all these beautiful shaded leaves in here as well. I think I probably just went, I have to have that so that when we run low, moving forward on deluxe black packs, or if we want to do applique essential or charm packs or anything with blacks and golds, that I've got this one to put in. But I wanted to show it to you. I think the gold on it is very interesting. It's going towards a coppery colour, and it's gold, but for some reason I'm thinking you could put it with a lot of rusts and those sorts of colours. Oh, point in, I've got one up there. I'll leave it out. We'll show it with that. Okay, then we've got to get on and do some sewing, don't we? Okay, we had another, I think probably about another 10, 12, probably 12 Northcote Colourworks solids coming. So Steve's uploaded all of those. He's tagging all of the new ones because I know a lot of you are slowly collecting them as they come in. I think we are now 11 shy of 100 different colours, not including the beautiful dark grey and not including Liberty Blue, because I want to use those as backgrounds for a project. So we're nearly there, and it's taken a long time because I wasn't just buying whichever ones they had in stock. I'm putting them together in groups of 10 in different colour groups across the whole colour spectrum. So we're nearly there. So we've put them up today, and they are tagged, the new ones, but if you buy 3 meters oh, good afternoon, Janine. If you buy 3 meters or more today, hello Louise, hi Jill, you're not late really. It's 20% off. So you buy 3 meters, and it can be 3 meters of the same one. It can be 6 half meters. I know which one, Steve, I'd rather you buy. It would be 1 meter in 4 halves, whichever way you want to do it. When you're done, you get 20% off. That's pretty good. Because I've got stacks of stock, and the new ones I don't need the full bolt, so we do a little special now, and then they'll be coming out in a club to a Facebook show near you soon. And on the table here I've got 2 of them and a little special on top. So this is your beautiful, that is an ivory green. That's a racing car green, isn't it? So there's that beautiful thing down the bottom. It's quite a luminous actually, it's not dull. And then on the top, beautiful rich dark red. So not a tomato, that's just, look, those two together. Who had a school uniform in those colours? That's almost what it feels like. But just as an example to show you what you can do with them, you know, they're all very conservative, all look really lovely. But if I do that, you've got a whole other party going on. So just to show you, you know, just put that little pop of yellow in. Something like in the beginning, digital prints are fantastic to put with the solids. They're not too shaded, but they've got a little bit of movement in them, and that just gives it a really lovely pop. This guy's marked down today, and he's tagged on the show as well. So I've popped that one up for you. In terms of specials today, be aware that we're closing them off really, really quick. I think we're closing them off, look, I'm going to say midday Tuesday, because we're going to the soiree. So anything, it's getting political now, isn't it? It's getting ugly. Specials that are on the show, plus more, if they haven't sold out, the ones on the show, or this week in this week's show, they go to the soiree for specials for the girls up there. So they won't get left up. They'll get taken down. So if you're going to the soiree, you're like, oh, do I buy it now or do I get it later? Or that's unfortunately the predicament I've left you in. But if you're sort of the mind, I'm not letting all those greedy girls that get to go to the soiree. Hi, Karen. They're not getting it all. And that's entirely up to your motivation and what you want to do. So things that are on special will only be on special till midday Tuesday or sold out, and then they will get packed up and taken to Nagambie. So excited. Margaret's very excited. Karen's in Sydney hosting a 2-year-old birthday party with teddies and cars made out of Milky Ways, and I don't know, I saw it on her post. And she'll be back tomorrow morning. And then she'll be packing and cooking and heavens, let's all go. Right, now, there's just so much stuff here. What will we do? Okay, I wanted to show you this new one. Steve's popped this up, or is about to pop this one up. I can't quite know what happened. It was here a little while ago. A late chore to do, Karen. Chores on a Sunday. Really? No. We're not quite sure what happened, but it doesn't matter. He's been sitting here looking pretty, or she. And this one's in. Ignore these. That's just a little bit of me there. Okay, let's just put that over there for a minute. All right, so this beautiful thing's in 7-berry, and I just thought to all those hexagon EPP lovers out there, that's for you. And we have a fantastic supplier that brings these in for us, and I just thought that was gorgeous. And then I've been wanting to do this for ages. I'm just going to open it out. I wanted a peaches and cream. Oh, sorry, Steve's cut those, and I should have said to him, goes up that way. A peaches and cream pack. Because remember when we had a lot of corals, didn't we? Was that early in the year or late last year? And we kind of gobbled them all up. And I thought, well, there could be people out there that still need some. So I had to do that, and it's got this gorgeous thing here from Michael Miller with a little gold speckle on it. Some of our Northcote shimmers. It's got batiks. There's our standard range. And see, I've popped in the ombre, so you've got everything through to orange in there. And again, it's one of those kind of colourways. You don't need a lot. Really don't. You just want a little bit of it sitting there ready to go. And so I called it peaches and cream. So I thought that was appropriate. But also, see these colours in here? These are really peachy, pinky colours as well. So it does look gorgeous with these. So don't you just want to hit that with the hexagons? Chop it up. Just yum. Actually, while I think of it, also that have been out of stock for a little while. We had to get a couple of new bits in, and we have swapped over. Oh, Steve's going to kill me. We have swapped over just a couple of colours ever so marginally, but our purple applique essentials are back in as well. So if I lay that down there and move this away, then these purples pull up all these little highlights that are in here. So that one's back as well. The man has been out with the circular cutter. He's got it all going on out there because we'd got quite, if you'd been looking at the pre-cuts, it had been getting a little bit scary. And of course, we've got to have a full set to take. Oh, Mark's not here today, and we can't have the competition of how many times you can put the soiree into the conversation. Did you all see, I think we need to close off bookings pretty much Tuesday night, and we got into the girls at Waterfront Apartments, what was it, Waterfront? And they were very good, because you know how when they work through booking.com and everything, they allocate so many at certain prices and 2 nights minimum and everything. And they were great this week. They said, you know what, you're right, we've had inquiries, we've opened it up, single nights for you with the girls' soiree 10% for Saturday night, because it gets that close and they let them go. So that was great. So I know a couple more girls have booked and they're coming up to stay, and we'll close off. Gets dicey to take bookings really after Tuesday night, because we have to do all that lovely stuff at the last minute. Pack all the kits, write everyone's swing tags up for the door prizes, name tags, all that sort of stuff, and arrange all of the tables. So you can still come. That's what I'm trying to say. You can still come. You could still come up. Lovely drive, go to Avenel Winery on the way up Saturday, stay the night with us, come to the bowling club for dinner, and do a beautiful day with us on the Sunday if you wanted to. Or the other way around. Send the guys to play golf if they golf. Our boys will all be up there. They'll be at the brewery, I'm sure, in between helping the girls. I'm sure that's what's going to happen. That's the Sunday project, if you haven't seen it. So that's the pink one. And this is the blue one. Fiona's having the blue one. I know that much. And this is the black one. There you go. So they are all done. So they come with everything that you need to make them up. I'm just going to bring your thread with you. This is this beautiful repurposed, re-dyed woven wool. Actually, this one is not made up in the wool. I'm going to tell you that right now, because I sent all of the kits over to M to make up. I've got my zip stuck, and you know what? In the instructions it tells you what to do so that you don't get your zip stuck. I skipped a step. Okay. You've got Liberty in there. Look at that. Got Liberty in there. And I forgot to keep back the 2 bits to make up mine. So mine's been made up out of some gorgeous black wool jersey I had in the cupboard. There you go. So good. They were good fun. I really enjoyed doing those. They were really, really, really good fun. All right. So going back, rainbows are back. They were out for ages, I'm sorry. They're back in stock. And we've done 2 new packs, and we've done Fairy Frost. Excuse me. And with Fairy Frost, we now stock 20 colours. So we started talking about, shall we do a jumbo pack? And I went, it's a bit much. So we decided to do, as a trial, I'm not sure for how long, but we decided to do applique essential packs in Fairy Frost. So they look like this. So there's pack A and pack B. I can't remember which one's around. I think that's A, that's B. And Steve's done the twofer. Stephen, do I need a code?
No, it's a product.
Oh, well done. And it's tagged? Yeah. Awesome. So these are the 2 packs. Look what happens when you do this. How much is it, Steve?
$49.50.
Oh, okay. So if you buy them individually, they're $27.50. But there is a combo that you can buy today that's up on the website and tagged for $49.50 for the 2. So that is very nice of you, Stephen. It's dead air. It's going. Is it? Okay. Very nice. Look at that. I've just. So that would give you all the joy of everything Luster and Fairy Frost in one go. or if you only need these colours, you've got one. Or I do like this pack. This pack's going to be great for flowers and everything, but this is to me very practical in the sense of stashing for foliage and contrast and stems and a little touch of gold to go in a bag. There's that gorgeous smoky grey in there too. Lovely. So they're done. Very, very busy. Very, very busy. Right. So what I mentioned was a couple of things I mentioned that we do. What do we do with all these? I'll just line them up along the front in case we wish to refer to them. I wanted to just come back and talk to you about the Look at Me bag, which Steve, I think is on the floor in my office. Would you be so kind? It's not here. Oh, that's about to fall off. I'll put that up there. Now, the bag that Margaret and I showed you on Monday night, that camera's still going out of focus a lot, is here. Thank you. Make sure you show them the booklet. Yes, I will show them the booklet. We're very proud of the booklet. So this is the bag that Margaret and I showed you on Monday night. What I didn't reveal on Monday night, probably because I didn't want to embarrass myself in front of my esteemed friend and colleague, was I don't know what else to say except stuffed up. I'm just really can't manage much more than that. I was a major oversight. Is that better? A major oversight with how to put the pocket together, which is just so silly. It just showed us that we weren't 100%, because we've done them all before. We've done them on Melba bags, a weekender bag. We've done them on the Melba satchel. It's just so silly. And I forgot the, I'm going to do it, the thing, the bit where that goes up and that comes down. And I did the dimensions wrong. So I actually, as I mentioned, I have to go back and unpick this bag. I think I've messed that up. From here, you can't see that, but I can't have the girls see that and open the zip at the soiree. So I have to fix this one up. But the pattern is fine. And I have been cutting out a second one to show you. And also I just wanted to touch on fussy cutting from border stripes if you wish to use those for your pockets, because you're going to want to line things up. So I want to go through that for you. So I'll set this one aside. Now what's the euphoric state of this Chandler's Cottage at the moment is what we are able to do between sort of putting all our skill sets together and in-house printing. Now, you know we bang on about this, but it's a big deal to us. It'd be like when you, I don't know, buy a new laptop, new smart TV, but times it by 100. Really, this thing's amazing. Oh, okay. It's the equivalent for a patchworker of buying a Benina 790 with a Q20 and the embroidery module. That would have to be, that'd be about right, wouldn't it, Stephen? That's the equivalent. Oh, Margaret got me onto the lemon and ginger tea, and I'm not really convinced. It's a bit spicy. So what it means for you is now when you get patterns from us, there will be a lot more colour involved if you buy a hard copy from us, because we now have the ability to do that very, very nicely in-house. Now I have to do this quick, remember, because I don't want to give away the whole pattern, do I? No. But I want you to see how this, look at the colour. Look at that. It's all shiny. So we now, look. Hang on, not that page. Wow, look at that. So it also means for me that I can, look, see, it's all colour. Can you hear that shook? That shook's got to go. It's got little zips. It's actually got pictures of the little embroidery from Margaret on here. What it means for me is that I can do more pictorial patterns, and the girls at the soiree will see that you know, when we do the tea candle, you're getting beautiful quality photographs in your patterns. So I'm very excited about that. I hope you can't hear that shook. That's Geraldine, and she's bossy, and she's none too impressed that I'm inside and she's out. She thinks she belongs in here. So That's the pattern. And can someone feed my chicken? So these are the kits. Now these ones that we've got up, I think Steve's had a look. We can do a few. We've got about 5 up, and then we're hoping to get some more done to bring to the soiree. And we're fixing that up because Margaret's got. Hang on a minute. Rob, can you come and feed this chook, please? It's not funny anymore. I'm being upstaged by a family dinner-sized 14 feather pot. We need to put the curtain down. Only at Chandler's. Only. So it's got Margaret's beautiful pack with the embroidery and everything in there. So it's a little, you know, combo. Hey, did you see it was National Embroidery Day yesterday? It's a big deal. Big deal. All right. So, oh no, I need that pattern. I'm going to steal it. I just print, and then I'll get the bill for the ink and from Canon, and I'll go, oh, maybe we shouldn't print that much unnecessarily. But it's just so lovely that we have that control now, that we can give you really beautiful patterns, and we can tweak the colours so that they're all true to what they should be on the covers and everything. As a designer with fabric, I can now take it to that same high level with my patterns, which is beautiful. Okay, now I started cutting out one of these in the beautiful Ginny Bio fabrics that you can see behind me, and I'm doing one in the blue because I thought, let's go completely different. You know, something that Fiona will like, something that Jill will like. I'm just thinking about all my blue girls. Marie, I think about all my blue girls. So I loved this. And look, don't get me wrong, I love this one as well. But I just thought, oh, I'm going to do one in this. I will do this up on request as a kit, and it's a slightly different price because it doesn't have Marg's pack in it. So these are 50, 45. I will work it out for you, but if you've got your heart set on one of these, they are less, of course, than the ones that have got Margaret Stitchery in them. They work out, yeah, they are less. So they are $49.50 they will be. There's a bit of a trade-off there, of course, because these are my fabrics, and you know I have to pay more to bring in Ginny's from the US, but that's all fine. It will even out. So we'll just take that component of Marg Stitchery out. We'll pop in a fat quarter instead of this beautiful thing that I'm using here. I'll show you, and then it'll all be super duper. I think this is, let's just go to the overhead here. This is the beautiful one that I'm going to use where the embroidery is. So I'm actually choosing to step away, you know, completely from a motif or anything here. Oh, heads up, girls, if you've got, and I thought about it when someone said one of their favourite bags on Instagram was the Walker bag. Sorry, I can't remember who said it now, but I thought, oh, we haven't made a Walker bag for ages. But I thought, yeah, all the girls that have got your Walker bag patterns, don't forget that you've also got lots of Australian 3D flowers in that pattern. Especially by the Under the Australian Sun version, and you've got 4 or 5, you know, you've got flannel flowers, you've got bottle brush, you've got clematis, flower and gum, a couple of others that you could use to create something here with 3D applique with my fabrics if you wanted to. And that's just worth mentioning too, because if you buy the kit, make it up the first time with Margaret Stitchery, you could come back and do a second one, and then the second time around use 3D applique. So I decided to use this. So this is going to be where my feature panel is. And I love this. When I see you there, Steve-O, he's just disappeared. He's decided to leave me. I don't know where he's gone. But what I've got a piece in the other room that's cut out, and it's actually fussy cut with a big paisley here. And I'm going to be naughty. I'm probably going to get out metallic threads and maybe I don't know, it could be the Bejewelor or anything, and hit this, and that's going to be my feature pocket. Then I've got a pin tuck down the side. Let me just yell at some. On my desk, Robbie, there's this with a bit of strip down the side of it. Please don't. Where's Steve gone? Is he in the garage? Okay, so that's going to go there. Now for my pocket over on the side, so where this one is, I'm going to run the stripe. So that's that stripe I've got up on the back wall. That's going to go there, and that's going to go above the pocket. All right, so what I did here, these two pieces didn't necessarily marry up, and you see all this wrinkle bit? I'm going to fix that. That's one of those things I'm fixing. These are from different parts of the design, but I did fussy cut it a bit, so I got the waratah here, and then I chose something that's smaller and nondescript so it didn't look too abstract up the top. Okay, so what I've done with Ginny is I've popped, that's the one, thank you, it's called a swap in, thanks. This has got his little pin tuck on ready to go. So I have fussy cut, and it worked out perfectly down each side of this beautiful stripe. So that was great. I'm really happy about that. Now, what I wanted to mention was, in the instructions when you get them, you're going to freak out a little bit, because it just won't seem to make sense to you if you haven't done this sort of pocket before. So this piece is the back of the pocket, and it sits under here. I know what you're going to say, Lisa, put it up the other way, but you know what I mean. That is the lining of your pocket. But then what happens is you also need to have a piece that goes here, that sits here. Otherwise, you're hitting your batting, and I've actually explained that in the pattern now. So, well, I'll put it in the pattern. Okay, so when you put your hand in, if we don't put another bit here, it's going to hit the batting. So the first thing that you really want to do before, if you're doing this yourself and you're working out and you're messing with my pattern or someone else's, and I love it when you do that, what you need to do is think about your zip, because if you're using a straight, hello Miss Ginny, if you're using a straight, dress zip, all good and well, the pattern allows for a 1/4 inch of your zip to be seen. So what I mean by that is, I'm sounding serious to someone that has a zip phobia, aren't I? I know. So this bit here, on a normal, narrow dress zip, and we sell them in truckloads of different colours, I've allowed a 1/4 inch of what you will see exposed here. And the reason that you'll know that's what I've done is because the piece that you're going to cut, that actually sits behind these, is a 1/4 inch longer. So if these are 6.5 long, for example, this is 6 3/4. And what that actually does, I'm not going to sit it that way and show it down the bottom. I'm going to pop it up here, because when you pop in your zip, that's how much you're going to have showing. Okay, so, oh really, it's one of those days, is it? Really? We've had chickens and now we have a cat. You're quite right. I love you too. Can you just, you know what, you just need to go, because I don't want you sitting on the fairy frost. Thank you very much. So what will happen is you will sandwich zip in between these two, and that will all be fine, and you'll all turn around and you'll have zip exposed on this. But then for the top part of the zip, and I'm hoping we can really get to this today with the machine in a bit, these will go together with the zip in between, and when we, around this way for you, when we turn this up, this piece underneath will actually go down. So there'll just be the single layer up here, and the other bit folds down underneath, and that is why that needs to be that little bit longer, because it's sitting up higher and comes down. Okay, so normal dress zip. This is actually this one here. If I show you this one, that's one of our normal dress zips we do. Okay, so I've got, yeah, it's probably even a little bit more generous on there, but there's a 1/4 inch, okay, showing there. Actually, that's quite pathetic. That could be a lot narrower with my zip foot. Right, but if you grab one of our zips, and we've put one of our decorator zips, these gorgeous ones, in the kit, you've got black and gold in the Under the Australian Sun kit, and I'm making this one up with the aqua one. These teeth are wider, so I'm going to allow a little bit more. See the difference? It's quite a difference there. And I don't mind if some of this zip is actually a feature because it's so pretty. So what I've said in the pattern is, if you're unsure, add more, make it higher, because you can always come back and trim it off at the bottom later. So I would take it up to, say, 7 inches, 7 1/4. I've put that in there too, but allow extra for that bit that comes down, because the wider the exposed bit of zip is, the longer you need that back concealed pocket, it's called concealed pocket panel, to be. And then when it's all done and dusted, you know, you'll have a little bit hanging down at the bottom, and you can just trim them off even at the bottom. But it's better to have more, of course, than not enough. So I'm going to cut a bit of this now so that it is ready for us to come back and sew. And we will be here today, folks, until my voice gives out. I think that's the way it's going to go. So I'll just trim this off. And we talked, someone asked me briefly the other day about sewing in zips, and I said, they're fantastic, they're easy. Do you know, I broke 2 needles. I broke 2 needles yesterday. And it was my own stupid fault. I was doing things I shouldn't have been doing. My own stupid fault. I actually, and because I didn't look, I had managed to line up my needle, well, 2 things I did wrong. I managed to line my needle right up over that top of that little metal bit, right over it, and I hit it. But the other thing was, I had a number 70 superfine needle in there for doing free motion thread work. And I'd switched over machines and I'd forgotten what I was using, had been using my 594. And I'd been doing really delicate work, you know, with metallic, in hoop and everything. And that needle, she wasn't built for slipping down the side of a teeny weeny little metal bit on the zip. So that's all I would say. If you've been hitting zip, it's probably not the zip teeth that you're hitting, because most of them are, these look like metal, but they're not. They're nice and soft like the dress zips. So it'll be that you've just had a bit of bad luck. So you've just got to bring your needle a little bit either side. Sometimes depending on the size of the zip and the width of the purse that you're doing, and I've seen it on quite a few patterns, they'll say to you, stick with your 1/4 inch while you're doing that whole sew round outer and inner. Do your 1/4 inch, but come in a little bit as you get to the zip. And I used to think that was very unprofessional to just, you know, casually come in a little bit and go out again. But it actually gives a really nice finish to way the zip rounds at the edge of the purse if you're not putting an extra gusset on. So just come in, just be careful you don't hit that little bit of zip. Alright, we need to cut this, and here they are. I'm just going, where are they? We need to cut ourselves a bit of zip here, and I'm going to cut quite generously. So whether you decide you'd like one of these pretty blue combos that I'm going to have, or if you're getting the other one, you have got truckloads of zip for what you need. And in fact, you've got enough to make yourself, I've realised, a separate purse. So if you are a Quilters Life member, or in the past you've bought the digital download for our little makeup purse, you've got enough to make one of these, for example, to go inside your bag, which is great. And if I show you what's left over from cutting out my purse, you know, it's one of those moments where I just go, gee, I wonder if the girls are all still here, because I actually haven't checked my phone for about half an hour. Oh yeah, you're all here. I just need to find you all again in case I've missed something terribly. There you are. Oh, Joe. Oh, it was you. Yes, it was you. Okay, it's good. Hello, Ricky. How are you this afternoon? All right. This is what, I just wanted to show you, this is what I've got left from the kit that I'm going to do. So, they've got lots here. I mean, you can just see that I could do that makeup bag. Look at some of that beautiful border that's left. And I can run that round up here. And then I've got heaps of the ombre left and the other one. Yeah, so easy I can get a matching purse, which is really lovely. buying myself a new pair of jeans before we go to Nagambie, so I'm thinking this would look great with a pair of jeans and a white shirt. Okay, so I can afford to allow a little bit extra either side. And then also in the kit, or if you want to grab your own zips, I mean, we've tagged them with the pulls today. We've got truckloads of different ones. I've decided to go silver with mine. We have, I am going to go silver. We have rainbow as well in pulls, but because of this fabric, I've decided to go with this one. Yeah, actually, so you can play and you can decide which bit you want to take it from. All right, so we need to open this up just a little bit here. Do we all get nervous when we go to put the pulls on? Oh, you get nervous? You should see us when we do it live on Facebook. Okay, one side in, and then fold it around, pop the other side in, and hold it down with my fingers. Give it a pull. Now you can see, not perfect, definitely not perfect, but I could stand here and do it again, but I won't hold up your time, and I know I've allowed enough. So I can trim, so I can just go like that, and I've got mine on. I did pop in the pattern to, please folks be careful, orientate your zip so that your pull, when you get it all together, is going to sit on this side, because it's nicer when it's all done up if that little tab, little swing tab there, sits in here rather than round here and get caught on the side of your bag. So that's going to go there. So I need to make sure it's in the middle too. For goodness sake, be careful. Don't do what I've done 100 times, will you? And the zip pulls out here, and then you trim, and it's off the edge. So about there will be fine. So let's set this up ready so you can see that this one's going to go on here. I mean, I suppose you could put it all on first, but no, I like to have it in there ready to go. Okay, so it says in the pattern to open your zip up, hang on, this way, open your zip up, right side up. You're going to pop your pocket over the top, and okay, then you hit the great debate. Do you wonder clip or do you pin? It is purely a personal preference. A lot of people use the wonder clips, but unless you've got a lot of padding going on in here, you might actually prefer to do it with pins. The wonder clips are good if you've got, you know, Palin and things going on in there as well, more so, but look, they're fantastic either way. So nice to work with. So what I like to do with this is actually, so what I was doing, particularly with these, all right, so when I was doing these, because they're thicker, I've been going to a two-step process, and it has been an absolute delight, and I have had perfect zip straight lines every time. So instead of just putting on the lining to my pocket at the same time and wedging them all together, I have been just sewing these two together first, the outside and the zip, with 1/8 of an inch seam. Now if you do it with 1/8 of an inch, you don't even need to have your zipper foot on. You can have a normal foot on and just take your needle all the way over to the right, all right? So I've been whizzing that on with the 1/8, and then once it's on, I don't need any pins or anything anymore. That's all secure, and then I will come back and add my lining, and then I will take my time and I will do it with my zipper foot and properly. But then once I'm here, I haven't got three slippery layers together anymore. I've got two that are set in stone together with the 1/8 of an inch seam, and then it's just so lovely to go back with the zipper foot, take it in really nice and close, and it's all lovely. Because you know what, sometimes, you know how it can all move around depending on what machine you've got and the foot you've got and everything. A lot of people talk about using double-sided tape. That's cool too, but I prefer not to, because I do find with the stitches and where I sit them next to my teeth, I can end up with that adhesive going up into my needle, and then I've got to stop and clean all the time. But I'm loving doing it this way. And as I said, when you get through to thicker fabrics as well, like with these, that works super well. So I will have one of these ready to show the girls on the weekend at the soiree. So anyway, these go together. Now I'm going to pin these because I want to, just in case you don't want to hang around till the end. I'm going to pin that way so that I can show you roughly what happens on the other side. Didn't bring the whole pin thing in. There's supposed to be a backup in here. I think they've both gone back to the other room. If Rob's listening, he might bring me a pin cushion. You never know your luck in a big city. You just don't know. He might. I think sometimes he thinks I just say it so that I can see if he's watching or not. Alright, so when I turn this over, now this is pinned a fair way out, so there's a lot of zip showing. There we go. Okay, let's put this without impaling myself. Pop this back down. So now what will happen is that we're going to sew this one onto the top, and this one will go on the back. Then I can show you. See, this is what happens if I just sit this a little bit to the side, like that. So imagine this piece is right behind, okay? I think I know where Steve went. I think he went out. I can hear a car going vroom, 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 vroom. Alright, so you can see here, see how this is a bit short? Because when I turn that up, if I leave that same amount, all of that there, look at that. See it's short? So, here it comes again. So, this one I would actually leave 7 inches if I want this much to show. But if I'm going to keep it really, really small, almost sort of dress invisible zip size, then it only needs to be 6 3/4. Are you right there, Jen? Okay, so that is what's going on. So when you get your pattern, if you're getting one, that is why. Now, speaking of patterns, the other reason a lot of people said, can you please set it up as a digital download? Yeah. Yes, I will. But the reason we haven't yet, I decided I would wait until I've done this bag. And the reason is that you and I know all about the special issue with collaboration with Margaret. But if I have textile pantry stockists, like the gorgeous Rosemary at Cross Stitch Corner in Queensland, or Glennis at Craft Collection in Bunbury, or the gorgeous John at Ace Drapers, just reel them all off. But if they decide to get the pattern, they won't necessarily have access to Margs. And maybe one of our fellow quilters like Diana from Costa Rica, or Sue, Yolanda, all overseas, they don't either. So it's a bit confusing to have that picture on the cover if that stitchery is not part of the actual bag pattern. So I'm doing a secondary one at the moment, and then that one can go up as a digital download because it won't confuse people about what's on the front. Jen, we really need to, she's looking at herself on the camera. It's so funny. Alright, so also, I want to sew this with you. Now the other bits that you can see sitting here, so can you see there I've got my pin tuck on. I'm doing it a little bit differently to the one I did with Mark, that I'm not using my lining fabric. I'm actually using my, I'm going to be able to say it in a minute, my base trim fabric. That's what I'm using, isn't it? Yeah. My base trim fabric to do this pin tuck here. But because I've chosen to use an ombre, it does look like a different fabric anyway. So this is it here in the gold, and then it's the gold lining. But this time round, can I have this? Thank you. Oh, these look good, don't they, Ginny? Can I have this too? Thank you. These are my handles, the straps, so they're going to be fun, aren't they? So I've sort of gone through and taken those off, and they're going to change colour up to the top of the strap and down, so that's going to be really good fun. Here we have, these are our bases, so the bases have been cut, and again I have centered and fussy cut them. You will find the dimensions for the bases really easy to do that, to sort of line yourself up here in the middle and cut the same amount either side. For the trim along the bottom of the bag, I'm using the ombre, but I'm using the darkest part of it, and it actually goes sideways across this way. Okay, and then, yeah, that's the base. All right, and then my lining, how could I not bring out in the beginning? Look at that with it. Yum. So that is my lining, and I'll still leave it up for debate whether we decide to leave this little pop-up around the top or not. So I've mentioned that in the pattern as well. You can leave, that's actually the lining, and instead of doing what Emma does, which is what we call the Emma Teflon press, somehow she manages to do it so it all goes down underneath. If you let it sit up in the seam allowance of your rubber foam batting, you'll need 1/2 metre if you're grabbing a kit, by the way, if you want this stuff. Just single-sided adhesive, please. I let it sit up, and then I get an extra trim around the top of the bag. That's actually not a bad thing either. It doesn't distort your lining, because remember we used to make, way back, we used to make, you know, little round dilly bags and everything, and we used to consciously cut the inner circumference smaller than the outer because of the thickness of our batting. We don't seem to worry about that sort of thing anymore because most of this beautiful rubber foam batting's got some give and some stretch in it, so it's very forgiving in that sense. But in doing this, you will actually get a flatter finish and smoother sides in your lining because it's taking up that excess on the inside because it is smaller in there. So that's yeah, just food for thought. Okay, I don't know what that bit's for. We'll just pop that back over there. Now on the back, so this is where this border stripe is really going to get to shine. This is my back pocket. So this is done exactly the same way as the front. But look, now we're going to get a full view of Ginny's masterpiece. I've got 2 Ginnies in my life at the moment. 2 Ginnies full. Oh, look at that. Sorry. I do love a bit of blue and teal. So that's going to sit like that, okay? And then I've got that concealed bit underneath that's a little bit longer when I line them all up. Just pretty. Really, really pretty. Okay. If you're thinking, nah, don't like the blue, nah, Lise, not happening, not into it, that's perfectly fine. I'm actually going to just show you a quick fussy cut tip anyway, but you can go anywhere you like. So, lilac goes with this one. So this is the other beautiful one that we've got up. I haven't done the combo for this one yet, but just ask me, I will do it, you know I will. So we've got the beautiful lilac ones, we'll go with those. Then if you want to go, you know, really way out, completely off grid, go and do it. I've got bright red and gold, beautiful bright red and gold. Now, when I think, yum yum, okay, put that with the gold pools, and I thought, now, what are we going to put that with? So I've popped on special this gorgeous thing. Can't you just see that? Black along the bottom. The gorgeous new bright red solid I showed you and the red zip, and they go together. Stunning. Just really minimalist, gorgeous, stunning. Just red, black and white. Yum. Want any help? Just let me know, okay? And I will do it for you. Oh, I also popped this on special. We've got 2.5 meters left of the teal. Okay. Oh, that was a tally-silly voice. I've tried not to. I really have, but it's so hard. I love watching Adam and the guys craft and create in the UK. I love it. See? Oh, this is it. Beautiful. So I would be, if I did a kit for you, this is what's going to get used for that bottom trim. Definitely. It has to be. And I will match all the others up for you. There's even this will go. So the one that I'm using in mine also goes with this one. And then we've also got the beautiful purple paisley over here. So that, and I mean, it doesn't have to be this bag, if you just love this and you love this, it can be anything. Even if you go in and download, you know, the Melba tote, or you've got the summertime tote, it's the free downloads off the website. Just use those, you know, if you really just want to celebrate the fabric. That is just, well, I don't know which one I like better now, but I think on that. They're gorgeous together. Right. Oh, this, look, see? That, and that. Yum. We can do an ombre as well with it. It's easy to do. Okay, so zips, you've got Super Gold, which is what I'm going to use with this other one I'm doing over here. So I'll put that there. That's the black that's in the pack we've got. So these are all available in 1 metre lengths, and you get a 1 metre length in your kit. That's the darker teal. So that's teal as opposed to the aqua. Hey, this one, this one, this one. So the teal is what we would put with this, or should we call it aubergine, eggplant? That with that, yeah, that looks amazing on there. Oh, and don't forget with Ginny, as I told you, I think I earbushed Karen, didn't I? That Ginny helped me finish this. Got half an hour with Ginny. She helped me finish this. It just shows she was right, because 12 years later, still going. But remember, if you want to do those little makeup bags or anything like that, we're not necessarily going to use them this way like I am on the Look at Me bag. You can run them the other way. So you can imagine taking all of that panel off and running that as a feature. So what am I trying to say? If you want to make a heap of beautiful little presents up, 1/2 metre of this, 1/2 metre of the teal, and a metre length of the zip and a pack of pulls is going to get you, or probably 2 metres of zip and 2 packs of pulls, and you're going to walk away with at least 6 purses for presents. Or you could do nesting ones, do them all slightly graduating sizes. Lots of opportunity, you know, to mess with them, and they're absolutely beautiful. Okay, so there's lots. There's silver to go with Melba. That's the teal one that I'm using, and then you've got pools. So go in and have a look. There's just, I mean, as I said, well, maybe I do want the rainbow. Do I want? Oh, change. Sorry. Change. We're using the rainbow. Isn't that funny? I don't know why I thought. Sorry. Yeah. This is better. Change that. If I do a kit for you, you're getting rainbow and you're getting flowers. Oh, yum. I don't know where I was. Obviously, brain's still not working. 100%. I tend to go for the straight ones when I don't know who's getting the bag. So if I'm doing, I've got some lovely little wallets we'll do probably straight after the soiree, you know, with Father's Day and things in mind, because it's a good excuse. There's been some I've been saving for a while, but I sort of tend to do the straight pulls when I don't know who's going to get it. Right, I'm just making a mess here now. Shall I just put all these away? Come back with me here. We'll just have a bit of a clean up. Look at that glaring orange sitting on the over there. All right. A lot of people have been asking too about soiree and what's happening next, which I just think is so lovely. And at the same time, we go, girls, can we just get Nagaphi done first? But in another way, it's just really gorgeous because it means I know you like having something to look forward to. There will be, there are 2 more events for this year. I'm going to put that out there now, hoping that Margaret and Karen are not watching, because I'm sure there were rules on when we could announce it. Yes, Sylvia, I agree. Sylvia, I love you to bits, because all week while I was thinking, am I going to be well enough to do all the baking, I knew Sylvia had me covered. Yes, of course you can do the purse by hand next weekend. No. Definitely by hand. And that's one of the beautiful things about the wool. It's really easy to sew through. I'm popping a nice strong embroidery needle in there for you to do your stem stitch and things with as well. Whole thing you can do by hand. Absolutely. So, yes, and yes. Practice done correctly. No, they're not hard. They're not actually hard, Jimmy, at all. They're not, and I'm happy to do them all day long now. I think the bigger ones are much easier. I think they used to be hard to do. Oh, Catherine's sewing her Milton Garden quilt. Oh, Jill's just handed over the almost 3-year-old I've had for the weekend for you. Forgot all about this. I'm late, but that's all right, Jill. And we've talked about you in vain because we're using some of your favourite colours. So there you go. All right. We'll just move this for now. We'll just pop this. Yes, well, probably over here. All right, and then I want to just do this little fussy cut thing with you for these panels. So with Ginny's border, because I wanted to centre everything, and I also wanted to make sure, I suppose it's an extra little skill step that you'll take the time to do properly if you're going to fussy cut from a border like Ginny's, or if you want to do one from something like Under the Australian Sun. So I have to do one, don't I? Again, so this version, great. But as I was, great, oh, Margaret will kill me for saying like that, magnificent, with Margaret stitchery on it. Absolutely beautiful. And of course, Margie Moo has more than one, so she's only done the Callistaman on the black so far, because remember they're all pre-printed, so it's not just a case of her saying, oh, let's just chuck a bit of black linen in this kit or cream in the other. She actually has them all beautifully, professionally screen printed on, so you just start stitching. So she's actually stitching her billy buttons, which is one of my favourite, I think, onto black at the moment, and she will be doing the flannel flowers as well, and I think they're both really important ones to do because they're more neutral in colour, so once they're on black we'll be able to incorporate them into lots of different colour themed bags, whether we put them with classic Under the Australian Sun, just the black and cream, or we can put them with browns, we'll be able to do lots of different things with them. So that's what's happening. But I would also like to do the bag again, but this time with my stripe, and I'm going to use the orange and cream. It's been a contentious thing over the years, and that when these bolts are all wrapped up in a semi-lit warehouse, they invariably get confused with the black and cream. Sorry, the ivory and red instead of the cream and orange. So I got asked again the other day, by someone that I may or may not have nearly been married to for 30 years, if it was the right one. But when I've got it out in this light and it's on the table, of course it's orange. I did almost say it was the design fault, but I looked at it again today and went, no, it wasn't. Oh, jeepers, look at that. I've got my iron sitting on my new cutting board instead of its Teflon mat. Naughty. Okay, so there we go. Right. Now, just to demonstrate, this is orange, just for my benefit. Steve today has restocked our beautiful, well, I think they are, our beautiful Applique Essentials orange packs. So to me, this is a marriage made in heaven. Look at that. Pale apricot yellow. Sorry, orange yellow, not apricot. Orange yellow down here, the yolk, right up to this ochre infusions. And there's two of me in there. You've got Flowering Gum and Melba fans, and you've got Robert Kaufman Fusions, Northcote Shimmer, Hoffman's, all the ones that we love to stock all the time. And I'm not sure if you've picked up what's going on at the moment, but it is really that whole consolidating, honing in on what we love to do. So there are 5 collections of coordinates that we will stock, and we will stock completely. So Northcote Colourworks, you can see we're doing it. Northcote Shimmer, and that's they're called 9050M. If you put in 9050M into the search window on the website, it will pull all those beautiful little speckly ones up that we've got over 100 of. Hoffman Batiks, can't beat them, all day long, used them for 20 years, that's it. Tried other ones, not interested. They are the ones that I use. Shadow Play, yes, not, as I mentioned, I'm not going to keep as many of those. We're narrowing them down to the ones that go with my designs in many ways, but that's also good because then I can actually go through them now when I've got them down and go, this goes with this under the Australian sun, this goes with Melba, and I've got to the point now where I will sit for a day and do that. So, and then Fairy Frost. Now, they are 20, there are more, and there are more coming. So I'm going to get us to that point, and then I've got time to design new ones, and then we've got time to focus on bespoke designing, applique and piecing and things together and doing all those sort of really fun technique things. So I don't know if you've realised that, but that's kind of what's going on. And you all know we're going to move house next year. I'd really like it to be as simple as possible, because it's one thing to move house, isn't it? But to move a business with, and a studio and a warehouse, and so we're heading that way. All right. Having said all of that, my disclaimer is, yes, I have just ordered the most magnificent geisha prints collection from Robert Kaufman that'll arrive sometime in November, and a heap of other stuff. But I'm being very picky now. If it's not made in Japan and it's not one of our standard true and tried tested quality fabrics, it's not happening. Alright, how are we going to cut this? So the pocket above and below the pocket are different widths. However, they are the same width on the front and back. So this piece here is the same as this piece. This piece's height is the same as this one. So we can actually come through and cut 2 strips the widths required. So I'm just going to double this over. And I am not worrying at this moment about how I'm going to centre them. I just want to get these heights cut. And you would do this exactly the same with Ginny's fabrics. I'll take that off. And so that's my below pocket. And that's my above pocket. You there, Steve? Nope, I think he has literally gone to the textile pantry warehouse. Okay, so if I lay these out, like that, I have to decide. Is that you, Rob? Robbie? Where's Steve? Oh. They're up the other end. I'm talking about them. They obviously don't know what I'm doing. Okay. So, when you look at the width of these, it is quite an unusual width to work with in terms of what I usually have for a bag, but it actually makes it really easy to cut. So, when you find the centre of the piece that you want, so you might decide you want the pea flowers. You've got a bit of room to move. You actually have got a bit of room to move with this, because I think we need about 16 here and I need about 6 here. So I might want to put the bottle brush in the middle. Courier would look lovely. So I think for my back panel, I'm going to have this in the middle. Now, a couple of ways that you can do this. You can measure out if you want to, or... Darling, I thought a pile of bolts had fallen on you in the...
No.
I've just been calling, wondering where you were.
Been looking for a pattern.
You're looking... Which pattern do you want?
Manning Tree Garden 1 and 2.
In the warehouse?
No,
the files?
in the files.
Oh! Look, plenty of my girls have got the pattern. Do you want me to ask them to send you a copy? Did you find it? But we want to print it on that machine.
Message cast.
Oh, okay. She'll get it back to you.
Yep.
All right. So if you fold, you can see what I've done here. This is a little bit of a cheat. And I've made sure that those gold lines line up. So that's one way to do it. And I can just chop. Don't forget it's double, okay, so you're going to need half. Right, and then I've got my piece and I've got the same amount either side. So that's the bit at the, that's my back pocket, this bit here. Now, then the fun starts. You want exactly the same bit to go above the pocket, because I think it would be criminal, would it not to make sure. It up this way. No, it's the other end. I'll get there. I will get there. There you go. There it is. Oh, you do. You want the same bit. So what I would do is cut the top or the bottom first, probably the bottom, and then don't bother about measuring this. Really, don't. Just sit them together. Go. All right. That is the easiest way to do it. Now, as I said, I think I will run the gold. Now, Steve, yay! Can you have a look at the back? Have we got any long olive zips, dress zips? Please. Could, oh yeah, you know, and this is me, sacrilege. We do not put red with Under the Australian Sun Outback colourway. No, no, no. Well, that was before I got zips. That's pretty good. That is really nice. I'm just getting Steve to see if we've got any olive green dress zips out the back too. If not, you know, go for gold. I'll be putting the gold in. It's not going to be black, but you know me, I've got an order to place for zips tomorrow morning, so we might, yeah, that colour. So if I decide to do up some kits for us girls, oh yes, I'll get some long ones tomorrow when I order the other ones. So this one might get a dress zip, and if I do that as a kit, we will put a long one in and a short one in, and 2 short ones, so you can still make your purse. All of that is possible. So that is the best way to get, you know, I don't want you spending hours stressing over it, but if I do the same for the rest of it, so let's take another bit and do the one for the front. Now this time, what do I want? Should we do this bit? So that's 4.5. Oh, let's just do it the easy way again. We'll fold and line up. Okay. Pop that there. A little bit of a crease in there, so I'm just being careful. And you can see, you're going to have all this left over to go and make a purse. There we go. It just needs a little, he needs a little press. He needs a little bit of love. You know, I'm so slack with pressing, and then I do get cross with myself if I don't, because you can have a few little faux pas, just be out by a little 1/8 of an inch if you've got a crease in something. There you go. Alright, so that'll be the bottom of my pocket, and then this is when I've just realised I didn't put the pork in the oven for dinner. Oh well. Plan B. There's always plan B. Okay, so there's my other bit from the top. So remember, we cut these side by side, so it's really nice because I can get that continuous pattern if I want to. So we'll just line those up like that. Now, think about what you have got in the cupboard as well. And it's come to my mind because I was showing Stephen our wedding ribbon. So when the whole, I don't even remember why did the box come out? I don't remember. I must have had it out. With Marg, we were that's right, we were talking about upcycling and everything, and Steve very sweetly said, why do you want to chop up your wedding dress? We might have girls. And I'm going, yeah, but they're not going to wear that. So we were talking about upcycling and what you would do with things, and I've decided with my wedding dress, just diverting for a minute, the full ivory shot silk taffeta, the lace bodice with the beads, okay, 1993. That was the year. Okay, so the hourglass figure, the whole bit. So I do not expect anyone to wear it. And I haven't had granddaughters to dress up in it, and I don't think I want that. So I don't know what you've all done with yours, and I'm sure you'll be willing to tell me, but I've decided to take the whole skirt and I'm going to make it into a camisole, and I'm going to go and buy myself a really, really nice black or dark blue, probably black denim jacket. And I'm going to take the silk and the beads, and I'm going to ruche, I'm going to couch, and I'm going to binding, all those things that I love doing. And I'm going to do that signature jacket just to wear to fun, to a soiree. Oh, it's got pearls. It'll have pearls, so it will fit a soiree. Just to wear, you know, just for fun, to a quilt show, all that sort of stuff. And yeah, as a conversation piece. I've never done one of those, so that's what I'm going to do. But also in that box is our wedding ribbon. So it's, I bought it through Clegg's. Maggie, if you're watching, and it was bought in, they got extra in for me specially. It's beautiful and wide, and it's got cross-stitch canvas on each side of it, and it's just rich and decadent and French and gorgeous. And Rob and I sat and we cross-stitched a verse down one side and our names and our wedding date on the other, and then when the boys were done, it was at the other end. Now I'm quite sure in my stash over there I've got more braid of that ribbon, but also a whole heap of other beautiful braids. So when you have a look at this pattern, and if I pop that there so you can see, then I want you to think about what you've got stashed. Even if, remember when we had all those gorgeous Indian braids, and a lot of you bought those, things need to go here, or they need to go across here, and they need to be used and showed off and not sitting in boxes in the cupboard. So just, I mean, have a think. I mean, I love the idea of this here, and I'm going to put the olive green flowering gum along the bottom, or Melba fans in the dark rust red. That's what I will do to get that whole look. And as for this side, well, I'll put a pin tuck in here, so I can come and use a cream here if I want to, a cream linen or something else on this side. I could even get from Marg next weekend one of her beautiful stitcheries on the same colour cream and do another one to go on this side. That's an option. I could just steal one of hers out of a frame when she's not looking, when I think about it. Anyway, I'll put that over on this side. I'm going to resist putting it with chocolate brown. I don't want to go there. But, oh, hey, remember we had that, oh, I can see it up there. Stevie? No, he's gone again. Do you remember that beautiful dark olive green linen that we had? Oh, I could get some more of that. Anyway, I will do some embellishment over here, and I'll probably do some of that 3D. I might do a ruched bottle brush or something. But have a look and see what you've got. We've all got that stuff. I've got, for you and me, stashed a French braid, and it's got the little, like a little ladder so we can weave fabric through it. All that. Zips on the back, I have put in the pattern as well. The double zip thing, easy. You just bring in one from each side and make sure that your fittings are mirror image to each other if you want to. And also when you've put these on and they're sitting over here, you can come through and sew down little divisions. So that means that when you open it up, you know, it's not one great big pocket. You can have bits either side. Just so lovely being able to design your own bag to suit what you want it for, in the colours you want, to go with the outfit that you want, have the compartments in it that you want, all of that. So nice. And I think we need to remember that makes you pretty special that you can do that, especially as a present. What do you reckon about the jacket? Too much? I really want to do it. I love a denim jacket. I really want to do it. I thought that would be the ultimate upcycling for me. They would not get any more than that, and I would make a big effort to take off some. I don't want it really lacy lace. I don't want it to look like a walking heirloom quilt. No offense to those that have got one, but Petra, you are wicked. No, yeah, I will. The wedding photo will go up on the 28th of March next year on our 30th wedding anniversary. Not before. Catherine says, still put on the pork. Catherine says you should put the pork on, Steve. No, it's fine. It will get slow cooked tomorrow. I've got Mum and Dad down tomorrow for lunch, so they might score it. Yes, a little birdie may have told you, Karen, that we're going back to Garfield. There are 2 more events. I purposely got myself sidetracked on purpose, so I walked away from getting in trouble with the other 2. There are 2 more events at Garfield this year. One of them is a full soiree. The other one's a little bit different, but we'll be revealing all next week. I think that's all going to happen next week. So, and they are both exciting. And the hall is booked for both, and it's all going to happen. So we will reveal all of that next week. We'll reveal it while we're up at Ngambie and pop it up on Facebook and everything for you. All right, so you happy with that? So fussy cutting, super easy for your pockets. Lots of opportunities to put things on here. Lots of combinations of colours. You just need to contact me. If you want something way out and you need me to spend some time on it, please just remember we have got the soiree this week. So if you put your order in sort of Tuesday, Wednesday, you might just have to wait just a little bit, but I will do it for you. You know I love doing the colour choosing. Sometimes I just need a bit of time. Don't I, Louise? Poor Louise today's going, wondered why my stuff hasn't arrived. But it's all sitting here ready to go, mate. It's all fine. We'll get that out for you. A couple of other fabrics I'll show you, and then I've got those little silk flowers. I don't even know. How are we doing? Oh, fine. I've got those little silk flowers that I promised as well, a little offer on the silk. But I just want to show you some of the other stuff that we had in. Cyclamen. Tim Service Shop Gotts, bought that for me for my birthday last year. And it's the first time I think I've actually managed to keep one in captivity for nearly a whole year. And it's flowered again, so I'm really happy. That will be going on the floor in the front of the Honda to the soiree, because it's very pretty, and I wanted something pretty and pink for the walk-through supper room. The tassels are purely here, okay, because I had to fill a gap. No other reason. I got the pink tassels out, but they do look really nice with this fabric. So, I don't know what was going on. I just, as you're setting up a show, you sort of go, it's like going to a sewing day with your mates, and it's show and tell. And so sometimes I go, oh, did I tell the girls that? I meant to tell them that. There's just some things sometimes I feel like telling you about. If you're looking for a really, really nice cream cotton, we've got the plain ones. This one is, you can see it, $9.97. Can you see that? It's got the most subtle shading through it. It's actually a variegated, but in the most subtle of ways. Really, really soft. So that is my go-to cream thread. We've got ivory as well, which is paler, but that is beautiful. So that's what I use on all of my cream ivory under the Australian sun. I use it on Melba, everything. Some people ask me which one do I use. That, I love that. And it will go with everything down to a calico, sort of unbleached as well. So that one's gorgeous. That's $9.97. I just had to tell you that. Now, this beautiful thing Steve's just put up. It wasn't up at the start of the show, but I'm assuming now it is. This is a lovely new thing by Benetex, and it is called Promise Me. It says teacups in charcoal. I'm not quite sure why, because it's got roses on it. This, Geraldine's back. This, this is what I call sort of an Emma fabric, because she does the most beautiful bullion roses. So I thought I wanted to show you this. If you are an embroidery girl, and you did celebrate Embroidery Day yesterday, this is just lovely. Very, very, very pretty. So to me, if I wanted to feature and upcycle some beautiful old balloon rose doilies or something, I would put it with this. If I was really good at doing them and I was doing them onto black linen in a little wreath or something, this would be my border. It's just so, so pretty. And you didn't hear that. And if you want something to go with it, this is just beautiful. We haven't got much. You know, we stocked the gelato embrace. This is sorbet. So we ended up with 2 sorbets left, sort of in error. They were not out when all the others were out. So we have 2 of these, and it doesn't have the little lines that the gelato has, but it has a very, very smooth shading and graduation to it. And this is just perfect with this. So if you needed a little pick-me-up or a little bit of applique to go with it, or you want to do some little ruched flowers or some cherry blossom, whatever you want to do, this is a really nice mix to go with it. Okay, so very, very nice. And I think I did put it on special, the sorbet. So those 2 are there. The ding that you heard, when I put these up on the shelf, they were crooked, so I just sat one of those spike things off the wall. You see now they're a bit crooked. Never mind. Right. Or just sometimes fabric, I see it coming, like I get a notification. Oh God, what was I thinking? They look way out, and then they arrive, and I go, oh no. Good call. Good call. They're just, sometimes you get really, really unusual fabric that I have to have it. What's that? Oh, that's right. That goes. Okay, so here's another one. This blue is 953. They're all sitting in place. I use them to sit the post. 953. Really, really good colour if you're doing this. And I've also ordered, I've already put them online. I've got to pick them up tomorrow. Don't tell Steve. 930. If you want a variegator to go with Ginny's blue, look at that. Beautiful. This one I'm going to use for top stitching my pockets. That one's really, really nice. So that is 930. And this is 953. So that's the dark blue, and then you've got this variegated teal. So either, but this one's really going to shine. This one will work up here too. The 930. So I've got 10 of those to pick up in the morning. Okay, so this range, I almost sometimes like, the girl's going to think I'm mad, but going in, look at this. Can you see it? Oh, I'm upside down. No, I'm not. It goes both ways. You can have silver up one way. It goes both ways. It does go both ways. It's symmetrical. They are branches, okay? And I think it's nearly black. I'm still deciding. Look at that. Isn't that incredible? I just have to look at it all day long. I don't know why. I just love it. And quilt, it's a fella's quilt. I reckon it's a fella's quilt. It's an art quilt. It's a bag. It's cushions. It is so cushions. So I've got 3 of them, and they're all quite unusual colours. So I've spent some time, because I know I need to do this for you, because you can't see them in person. Now, this is not black. This is that gorgeous, is it smoke or shadow? I can't remember. It's Colourworks 940, and it is better than black with it. So this is actually the one that I'm using as a background with this new Colourworks little quilt thing I'm working on. Then, you know what I'm going to pull down. You know me too well now. I know you know. We're going to precious metal. Look at that with it. So this is where you've got to use the precious metal. And the weird thing is, they're not from the same company. This is RJR. Now, RJR are not usually the metallic people. They've decided it's time to have a go. And I am very happy that they are, because the quality of this is really, really good. So it's just very, very contemporary. If you want a little bit of shading going on, I would recommend this one. This is, I've tagged it, I'm quite sure, but it is grey, 6644 grey metallic fusions. So this is going to give you a little bit of shading. The shading in this goes to a grey green, and because of that, it works with this. But I love this together. Aren't they unusual? They're really, I've got very serious and put the glasses on. They're very, very unusual. And, but really, really stylish. My applique sampler girls as well, and my applique sampler girls, Madame Butterfly girls, you know, we've either touched on or we will be touching on doing your own gnarly little twisted applique branches. So just think about that with these fabrics as well, because you can imitate the design that's on the fabric. Let's just do the other two of those quickly. Now this is probably, oh, the other one's there. This is probably the most way out colour in it. But again, so unusual that it really does make a statement. And it's, you know, I don't want to sound like I'm doing the hard sell, because honestly, if you don't take it, I'm going to use it on myself. Or I'll be doing a bag kit with it, and then you'll hate me because I'll use it all up. But look at that colour. It's this golden, golden olivey brown, and it's got the silver over it. So you can still come back and put the silver metallic with it, the precious metals. But I went and had a look at our shimmers, the deluxe designer shimmers, and I found this. And this is fantastic. Let me see if I can do, we might go overhead, it might be a bit easier to see. So this with the, which is perfect. Those two together, it just, I don't know why, sometimes you don't know, it works. And the little dots that are in here are a paler version of this colour. Then I said, okay, I need more, and I went here. And the reason that I did all of these colours on their own work over the top, and that's what's really amazing. This is a very versatile colour that you can put any of this with. So these in a Seminole border with it, as a sashing with it, appliqued leaves over the top, and when you get down to this colour, they're almost exactly the same. And then you've got the replication on the other side. So I just had to play. Now, this one, for me, it's such a good coordinate to go with this, that this I have not put on special. However, I have put all of the other ones from that particular colourway down to a ridiculous price. And you will find these tagged on the website. So if you do love these sandy colours, and you can see why I haven't, these go down to more of a chocolate, and it comes away from this. This is the lightest one from this collection, and it is fine. But these are getting too much into the chalky brown. But these are half price. I need to move them. As I said, if I don't sell them now, they will go in the car, and girls will be able to see them in person for that price up at Nagambie. Tally Sally did it to you. Hey, what happened then? Did I just do a fade? What happened? I pushed the wrong button. That faded. I wish I knew how I did that. We must do that again sometime. I'm looking at the... I have no idea what I did then. Alright. So, that's that one. And then... Oh, we're streaming live from Nagambie next week. Did I mention that? We will be streaming from the hall. Last time, we didn't. All I did was live feed from my phone. But Rob will be there all weekend, and we're going to set up and do live feed, which will be really good fun. With the switches, the whole bit. I don't know what we're doing yet, but we're going to do it. Maybe it will be more specials after the girls have had a play. Maybe show and tell. Everyone coming's getting an email to bring something for show and tell. We're going to do a live feed. It's going to be good. All right, the other one. One more. This, very, very classy. I'm going to put them this way. It's not grey, it's not black, it's not blue, it's not purple. It is its own fabric. See how I had a bit of dust on that? Do you know what that dust is? That's come off my cutting board at the back from cutting soiree purses. So, I have set this one with Black Magic, but you could equally put the other grey that I mentioned with it. No, you can't. I take that back. It's got to be black. It won't go. This with this. Black. And then, look. I like to think that there is no other shop on the planet that goes a little bit too bling like this, but aren't they just... Can you... I can see this in that... See, when we design a new bag, you know, that's what happens for ages, doesn't it? It's all about what can you put into the bag design. I'm thinking, give me a minute, I'm thinking, we would use this. Okay, we're going to change it all around. You ready? We are going to use this here so that we get a nice big chunk of it. We're going to use this here. We are going to, that's the royal we. I'm going to put the gold along here too. The black is going here on the pocket, but I'm going to pull out my metallic gold thread and I'm going to mimic these branches. Just squiggle lines in gold down here. That's what I would do. And then on the back, I would mix it all up, and even though it's the panel here on the front, I would use this for all of this on the back, and the gold on the bottom, and then a black base. So that's when it's really good, and I know that you can't yet, that's when it's really good to grab the pattern first, because then you can buy a digital download pattern, and we will get them done this week. I've just got to get this other version done, but buy the pattern. Oh, you can get it sent to you. We can send you out one. Get the pattern straight away, go through the stash, have a look, and then start working out how much you think you need to get of each one. For me, it's easy. You would, you know, without thinking the way that we sell on the website now, if you weren't getting a kit, I just get ½ metre of each, and you're set. Absolutely set, and you've got enough to do your person. ½ metre of zip. Oh, gold zips. Now we've got a gold snowflake zip, so that would, because it's got that sort of bare branch wintry look. What do you think? We go the snowflake. Oops. So you can imagine you've got your leaves and you have your, yeah. So if it would be, it'd be your winter tote. Your winter tote. And have your little snowflake zip pulls. Joe, yeah, walker bag. Definitely, walker bag. Definitely. Rosemary Brooks, please tell us times you are going live. I'm thinking, I did. Oh, you mean at the soiree? Yes, Rosemary, I will. I will, yes, yes. I will. I will get up there and we'll sort it out. I'll probably give you about an hour's notice. It will depend. Well, that's not true. When the soiree is on, I will be fully focused on serving high tea, morning tea, to a lot of ladies, and then in the afternoon. So I would say it's going to be Saturday morning before the soiree. There'll be some live ones from my phone just for fun on the Friday, and we will set a time for the Sunday. To do show and tell, absolutely. But I need to do the Rome show and tell so I can show you what they're all up to. And then we will do some show and tell with people. I'll set it up in a corner. We'll be able to pull people in and show you around. But what we will also do once they're done, we can do them live, but I'll get Cass to pop them all up into their own little section on my YouTube channel too. Like we did, you know, with the Australian Textile Exhibition last year. Oh, don't forget, will you, please, that we are doing Christmas Tree Challenge again this year. So please don't forget. We are. So just when you start thinking about Chrissy stuff, please remember I'm going to want Christmas decorations to show on Facebook. Oh, I pulled this out too, just in case you did feel you wanted something else. This with this. So this is solid black. And I just thought, you know, if you had sort of trees going on and you wanted some like contemporary sort of semi-geometrical clouds or sashing or something, this works for me. They're different enough. They can go together, particularly if you're going to put some gold in between. See, contemporary pintung patchwork bag. Pintung patchwork bag. Definitely. That on one side. Pin tucks in these two on black on the other. Oh, that's way over the top, but if you've got a fella, I'd make a really, really nice toiletry bag as well, or an iPad bag or something. Very, very, oh, what was that? Very, very nice. Okay, I'll put these back up. Now, I've tagged all of Ginny's. They're all beautiful. There's new ones in as well. All of those beautiful paisley. So these new main ones came in. This one here that I'm using in my bag, there's also in a beautiful blue. Absolutely gorgeous, beautiful corn blue. And then also, as I mentioned, heap more colour works in. And if you buy 3 metres or more, it's 20% off. So remember that. You might like to have a little bit of a troll through. I didn't pull these two down. I apologies. These are 2 more as well. Now, this is your Allum Taunton all-rounder taupe. And this is stunning rust. Now, did I or did I not decide? Yeah, see, I could live with that. No problem. And that with this one. So this is beautiful rust colour. The other thing that the rust will go with, or this ochre rust, I'm going to set that there. I'm going to put you, sorry, I'm talking out loud. Look at that peaches and cream with that. Beautiful. So, you know, that's really good. I thought I should sort of apologise to you today because some of them I literally just put them all up on the stand. I just hadn't had a chance to play with them. Look at this. These will go right. So these are the ones that are on special. Look at this new Colourworks. Who are you when you're at home? Sealskin, of course you are. Colour 1, 2, 3. But look. Made for each other. I would not have put them on special if I had seen that before the show. Oh, if you see things like this on my show and you go, that's not a Riley Blake. That's a Northcote. Or she's taking us for a ride. What happens is this wonderful Australian distributor that we buy from and we work closely with, and we'll be doing even more next year. We'll be doing more together next year. It's the distributor who I do Be Mindful through with Michelle Hill. Anyway, he's a very earth conscious man. So what he does is he arranges for any shops in Australia, if they wish to send back their bolts when they're finished with them, their empty bolts, he reuses them. So he just puts new labels on the end of the bolts and reuses them. So what we do with our bolts when we finish with them is we pack all of your rulers and stencils and things that need extra packaging and support with, or we reuse our bolts. So if we bring in big bolts and we sell wholesale now to other shops, we sell in half bolt increments, so we need twice as many bolts. So ours will get reused as well. Anyway, and if they don't, they go to kindergarten. But yeah, so if you see that on one of my bolts, it sneaks through underneath. Go, what is she doing? It's fine. It's just that, yeah, Tim recycles. Look, 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 look. So if you grabbed 3 meters of this and got your 20% off, and you grab these, which I'm sure are well below half price on the website, that is a very, very classy, kind of scrappy, earthy quilt to throw over the couch. Yum. I'm cross with myself now because I would have gone off and made I'd go off and make Charming Australia with that. Definitely. Cottage Life Girls, you've got that pattern. That would be really, really nice. Very, very nice. All right, and then all of the others, look, there's lots of beautiful new, they don't fit now. Beautiful new blues, gorgeous violet colouring. This one's called African Violet, to be honest. That goes really nicely with that lilac zip as well. I also popped up the other In the Beginnings up here, and they are tagged as well. They go really nicely with the Ginny Buyer also. So they're all luscious and lovely together. The other thing that I found goes beautifully with Ginny is our luminosity packs. So can you see that okay? They're perfect with them. So let me get this one down. And I'm going to get my machine out. Is it sherry time yet? It almost must be. Okay, so if I lay that way, this is mainly, I suppose, for those that, I haven't tagged them today, and they're not under the banner. You have to go and look under Luminosity, or you can look under Northcote, but, do I want to do it? Yeah. A lot of you have already got these, and you've got them to do your peacock through the window. Good news is, Em's back Tuesday, so we're going to get back onto the peacock. And quilting applique sampler and stuff on Tuesday. We're back on deck, so we'll get a full day in together, which is why you're not going to get a show, my lovelies, because I've got to get that done. There we go. So see how beautifully, if you've already got this pack, you can add this in. Now I know this doesn't have gold on it, but I don't think it matters at all, and it doesn't matter even more so because this goes down to this really dark blue black in a lot of these designs, and Ginny's got that in her fabric as well. And similarly you can do, did I get it down? Where'd I put it? I don't know what I've done with it now. You can do these. So if you've got these beautiful things, again, our beautiful Northcote, don't ask me what they're called, they're in the pre-cut section, but a lot of you have got these, so these will go with Ginny also. So it's all in that beautiful colourway. Oh, there they are. They're right up the top, okay? And then look, the Dragonfly pre-cut pack. Same colours. All goes together. So if you are in the process of making something with these or these, and you need a really nice border to go with them, then these are a go. Okay, who said what? Is the Charming Australia on a Quilter's Life? Yes, Denise, it is. And if it's, I'm sure it is. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, says Rhonda. Exactly. Yes, yes, yes. Nancy says those browns would look fab on my couch. It's Northcote Shimmer, and they're all under today's banner. Nancy, so have a look. And if you put the word sand in, they're all, the colour story is called Sand. So you'll find them in there. Yes, and Donna, it's a bit far to come from the UK. Just, isn't it? Just a little bit. Gold zip, yes. Hello, Fiona. Oh, Catherine Douse, that's an extremely good question. I don't know. I don't know. Shall we look? No, probably not. Sorry, did you all see what Kath asked if that goes? No. I'm going to say no. But I'm sure we do have a burnt orange out there that does go. Oh, look, some people might be alright with it. Do you know what does actually go with this though, Kath? It's the dark, as I said, the dark red Melba Fans is a go with that. It's very, very nice with it. All right, I'm thinking it is so late. Marisa, I've been looking at the dragonflies the whole show. It's so late, I'm going to leave you. I will not do the zip because it'll be another half hour to get it up. But I think we covered a fair bit on how it's done. I'm going to get the bag made up anyway. So, you know, I will pop in and I will post it up to show you, or pop in and just say a quick hi. But I'll get it done and I will set it up so it's ready to go. But I'm sure you understand what I mean now. I hope that you want that bit longer at the back so that it will fall from the top of the zip at the back down behind the zip and down to the bottom. So when you get your pattern, have a look at that, and I'll put a little note in there as well about making that back concealed pocket bit a bit bigger, just to allow for you to pop it across the bottom. Whenever we did it with Melba Satchel and Weekender, we were always just working off a standard dress zip. But now we've got, you know, at our fingertips all these magnificent decorative zips. So that's why it's sort of important to mention it now. I think I've done everything. I think. What else? Oh, sorry. Look. See, I stand here. Oh, yes. I put these on special because they have to go, girls. It's winter and these beautiful things. This goes with the rust, okay? Look. This does not go with what I've got on. Art Gallery scarves, last time I'm marking them down, and they are going to the soiree. They do not, actually, it's not that bad. This goes with your rust. There you go. There you go. Coordinated with the scarf. That all goes. So these are down to 1950, and they've got to go. It's getting towards the end of winter. So please grab one if you want one, and if you don't, they're coming offline and they're going up for the girls at Nagambie. This African violet goes with this one. I don't know if you can see it from there, but it does. It really, really does. So pop that with the lilac zip, perfect, or I can drop a kit for you. So that's all of that. I've covered all of that. We've done this side. I think we're nearly there. Also we've got the Ginny by the Maison. I got more of these in. They went, and I was a bit sad they went so fast. But in the second box with the rest of the Ginny came these. So these are just a lovely little stash builder as well of pretty, pretty colours for doing English paper piecing. I'm just looking at that pack, and I'm looking at my Fairy Frost, you know, nice little stash builders all together colour-wise. So they're nice. Right. I am so happy because I did not have one coughing fit, which means I'm ready for soiree. It is on. We are going. Fiona says, love to pouches, ponchos for soiree. Fiona, email me. Thank you very much, Rosemary. Is it really that cold in Canberra today? I bet it is. You're most welcome. You're most welcome. Thank you. And yes, you're all good. All right. That was fun. Tomorrow, busy day here. Very busy day, finishing off soiree, packing and kits. Tuesday, Emma in. So as I said, I will apologise now if you haven't got full, what am I trying to do to you? Full Madame Butterfly up tomorrow, but we'll just get it done. We'll get Cass to get that ready as quick as we can and get that up. Those that are in mail-out clubs, big day for that as well happening tomorrow and Tuesday because it's the end of the month. And then I will be back to you very, very shortly with more, and it will be coming to you from Nagambie. And then I think the following week, I'm going to push it out that far now, I think we'll be back to a Tuesday afternoon, but I will let you know. All right. Hey, thanks very much for joining me this afternoon, including Geraldine, the chicken outside, who's now decided to calm down, and Ginny's asleep somewhere around here. The guys are up the other end, so we'll go get dinner organised. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. All right, bye.